Hey guys, what's up? Brandon here, and I'm doing a 7-part series on Tulsa area fishing lakes. The big lakes, the big main lakes that surround the Tulsa area. So if you're new to the area or you're on vacation or just want to know more about the lakes and what they have to offer, well, in these videos I'm going to break down kind of what these lakes have to offer, mainly focusing on bass, but all species, kind of how they set up. I'm going to grade them, but ultimately just trying to help you figure out which lake best fits your fishing style. Okay, this is Skiatook Lake in Oklahoma. It is just northwest of Tulsa, and it's a little over a 10,000 acre lake, so not real big. To summarize, I want to cover the kind of the upper, middle, and lower end of the lake, kind of breaking down how they all set up so you can kind of tailor it to your style of fishing. The lower end down here by the dam is clear, pretty clear water. And overall, most lakes down by the dam are going to be clear water, but Skiatook is a fairly clear lake. As you get up to the upper end, you get more mud, but the lower end is clear. It's clear and deeper, so you're going to have a lot of smallmouth, largemouth down here, obviously. Your walleye are down here. There's hybrids, crappie. Yes, believe it or not, there are walleye in this lake. A lot of people don't believe there are, but they are here, especially down here on the lower end, that deeper water. And then throughout this lake, there's a lot of standing timber, which can be good, but also overwhelming. If we move up to the middle part of the lake, which I'm talking around Highway 20 bridge, right around in here, you get kind of a mix of that clean water and dirty water, a pretty good fishing water, I would say. You get a little bit flatter banks, more rocky points, just kind of, in my opinion, sets up a little bit better for bass fishing. As you get toward the upper end, I don't really fish this much. I feel like it's usually pretty dirty because there's not a main river feeding this lake. It really doesn't push that dirty water through, and it kind of sits. And then this is just shallow with not a lot of rock in this area, so it tends to stay muddy. I just kind of stay away from that area. I pretty much stop at this bridge and fish that and all the way down to the dam. So my likes and dislikes for this lakes, and I'll start with my likes, are it was actually way down in 2015. And because it was way down, you're able to see a lot of the structure under the water. You zoom in here, and we'll jump down to 2015 is when it went down. So if you zoom in here, you can just see, like I said, there is tons of standing timber in this lake. As you can see, there's littered through this whole creek. And a lot of this is underwater currently, but when it was down, there was a lot of standing timber out. But you're able to go through, because it was so low, let's just go back here in the back of this creek. Because it was so low, you could see just a little bit of everything. So you could see all this, like there's this little rock wall bank up here, and this little cut from the creek that if we bounce back up to current time, there, it's all underwater compared to what it looked like back then. Next thing I like is it sets up well for a variety of fishing styles. Depending on what your style is, you like fishing deeper water, more finesse, you can fish down here by the dam, or you want to go way up here and find some shallow, muddier water to flip, or find some flooded bushes, or fishing timber, or fishing rock banks with crankbaits. It has a variety that sets up well for your style, so you can kind of tailor things to how you want to fish. Overall, it's an easy, when the lake is good, it's easy to pattern. Once you can find a pattern, it's fairly easy to pattern, which is nice. Another thing is it was stocked with Florida strain bass a while back. So in the spring and in the fall, you get a lot of big bass caught out there. But kind of transitioning into my dislikes of the lake is it's not very consistent. This lake, because it doesn't have, even though it has those big Florida strains in it, a lot of those fish are caught in the spring around the spawn, and sometimes in the fall when you got those more ideal temperatures. But because it doesn't have that main river supply, as we go up here, we just have these small, like Hominy Creek is one of the main ones, and this one here. Just not a main river source like some of the other lakes that I'm going to cover later. It doesn't get that steady flow of water, which I believe I think it hurts the lake. And that's the reason why it went into a drought, because it's dependent on rain. If it doesn't get rain, it will go low. It's not like the other ones where it's a river system where there's constantly new water pushing through it. But in the summer, this lake can get really, really hard. And in the spring and the fall, it can be really good, especially in the spring. You out there, you have a chance of catching some really good fish. And if you look at some of the jackpots, I mean, they're catching 9-pounders. It's just crazy that from the spring until the summer, in the summer it just turns into the Dead Sea, and the angler's total bags maybe 9 pounds, where in the spring it was one fish was 9 pounds. So overall, I give this lake a C grade.
All right, guys, so the whole goal of this is to help you catch more fish. And if you're watching this and you have more insight or something else you can add, you fished this lake before, please leave that in a comment below so we can help as many anglers out as we can. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you on the next one.